any. I'll tell you why I don't have one right now. But I used to when I was in Africa. Um, at the time, I worked at Queen Elizabeth II Hospital, the pharmacy department, and I would rush home. So I would get there before Days of Our Lives started. Do you know who my favorite actress was? It was Trish, Clayton. Something about her was so mesmerizing. I wondered how she could be so beautiful. Her makeup was so smooth and her hair was just immaculate. And around her, there was all kinds of relationship rubble. And she wasn't crumbling beneath it. I thought, what kind of a woman does this? How does she manage this? I wanted to be like that. Because here is somebody that I was arriving home to from work, dealing with serious relationship stuff, but she wasn't collapsing because of it. And yet she remained beautiful. And so why am I talking about her looks? It's not that I was attracted to her beauty. The beauty for me stood for something that was whole, something that continued to make her whole, even though she was going all this relationship mess. And I said, how is this even possible? But I know that this is something that I would like to have someday. And I'm not talking about the skin color here. So, now, coming to the United States. During my undergrad years, I was very busy trying to help my family move to the United States, going to school at the same time, and trying to maintain a good GPA so I wouldn't be in trouble. You know, you want to do well in school when you're trying to bring your family over. Because then if you don't do well in school, then your student status is going to fall apart. I had no time for a television. But before that, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford to buy a TV. But then as time went on, I realized that I don't have the time for a TV. I'm so busy. I was constantly running in and out of my apartment. And in between, there was just time for small pauses for me to rest, read, do my homework, eat. I couldn't imagine just sitting there watching the television. It just didn't make, it didn't sound like a good use of my time. And while I might have thought that maybe this was just a fluke, and of course this is just looking at my life in retrospect. When I moved to Ogden, I had a neighbor who bought me a TV for the holidays or for my birthday or something. And I sold it because it was just sitting there in a box. I sold the TV on Craigslist because I thought, I don't have the time to dust this each time I clean because I wasn't using it. And it would accumulate a lot of dust, the box would. So I gave it away. The next time she came to visit, she said, oh, I thought I gave you a TV for a present. And I said, yes, you did. And she wondered where it was. And I told her I sold it because I was too busy to stay home to watch the TV. It was starting to feel like a pet, you know? Watching a TV, just like watching a dog or watching a cat. So I got rid of it. So she got the second one and I did the same thing. The third one, I did the same thing and she gave up.